ladies and gents, here we go. We're into map number 2. Are you there, Eric?
Hey, how's it going?
Awesome. Yeah, not bad. That first map was certainly a bit of a shocking one, I think it's safe to say. And Navi had a pretty lackluster map themselves, losing 16-6 to Liquid, although I think it was Nuke, so take from that what you will. Navi have picked up the knife round, and we will be jumping into Overpass with Navi starting on the CT side. And I just saw that Guardian's got an R8 in his hands. Well then, okay.
What the? I mean, yeah, Navi definitely is probably going to have their serious face on this match after getting stomped by Liquid. I'm not sure how Nuke came through for Navi there, but I mean, maybe they've been practicing it and wanted to give it a go, but I mean, I think Liquid likes Nuke recently, so kind of weird map for them to first be playing on. But stating like I said, for Tyloo versus Immortals, I just don't believe Tyloo is going to win this.
Yeah.
I'm not a believer.
I certainly agree with that. We both predicted that they'd lose to Immortals. There were a couple of moments where I wasn't entirely sure if that would even happen, but it did in the end. And yeah, I think against Na'Vi their chances are even slimmer, although Na'Vi did lose that first game. Again, I don't think you can take a great deal out of that. Guardian, I was a little bit worried there for a second, because I could see him AFKing for a few moments, but seems like he is A-OK, good to go. We'll be jumping into this round with just a HE and a kit in the hands of Seized, and meanwhile Tyloo have a bunch of nades to play with, as they're going to be holding back a little bit more on Connector. They haven't gone for any fast players just yet.
It was pretty crazy how aggressive Seized got at the B tunnel, because he's a solo guy at B, but he got away with it and got a lot of information. Saw no one monster. He's going to be falling back, just playing passive as they had 4 on the A side.
Edward already down though towards the fountain as somebody is joined by DD. So Edward's going to be chiming off with a few shots. Isn't going to land anything just yet. With that pick on the long side, that could funnel Tyloo over on the A side of the map. However, they're not going to get carried away with the opening pick. Instead, they're going to take connector control and open up their options onto B. Na'Vi with a straight up 2-2 split. They've got Simple and C still on the B side. Tyloo looking to rummage their way through Monster. And Seized has just spotted a couple of ankles peering through the monster tunnels. So calls are coming from both sides. You can see Simple jumping up and down as well, looking for information for his team. 30 seconds now. And Tyloo do have somebody pushing up A long. But it's going to be down to Flamey to try and fend off the bathroom all by himself. This USP is doing work. There's the first frag, looking for a second one, trying to tap his way to victory. Bomb has been dropped out. Flamey's still not dead. Finally goes down, but that could very well be enough for the CTs to have a stranglehold on this round. So much information has been given. Simple with 2 frags and Guardian with 2 as well. And Na'Vi have dodged a bullet after losing Edward so early in that round.
Yeah, that was a very nice try by Tyloo, and that was a pretty crazy strat. Just a lot of just running around the map, keeping Na'Vi on their toes. They never really had a read on the strat, like, at any point until the very last seconds there. Unfortunately, they didn't kill Flamey fast enough to get onto the bomb site, and Na'Vi rotated, but just kind of an awkward timing on the pistol there. Edward trying to find some information and just, you know, dies to Tyloo just kind of camping the way back.
Simple with the spray. For those of you, again, mentioning about the audio, a quick refresh to Twitch will fix the issues. It's a known Twitch problem. It's not on our end. Refresh Twitch, it'll fix it for you. Simple, meanwhile, is going to be coming through with that UMP second kill. So money in the bank, but he is down to 8 health. So he could very well be on the receiving end of battering later on this round. Fancy with the Deagle is going to put down Guardian. And that should be the round now. Firmly going into the hands of Na'Vi. Bombs drop towards the T spawn. There goes Seized, and it's going to all be down to Fancy and his Deagle.
Yeah, Tyloo not grabbing the pistol like in the last match. They actually grabbed both pistols and, you know, barely lost. So them not grabbing pistols, starting off in a deficit against Na'Vi on City Side Overpass, a really strong map for them. It's going to be a tough one.
Sure is. He does have time on his side. That's pretty much it. And there we go. Seized point blank range with the FAMAS is going to put him out of his misery. 2-0 Tyloo. Not going to have a great deal into this round. And Na'Vi off to the start that they would have been desperately looking for, especially after losing that first map. Again, you know, it's Liquid. They're not a trash team by any stretch of the imagination, but they have been having issues lately. They haven't been playing up to the kind of level that you'd expect from Liquid. Very much the same could be said for Na'Vi too. So losing that first map is certainly going to put a fire under their backside They bounce back in on this one with, and Tyloo only have 3 P250s and 2 Deagles as they're going to be filtering out towards Fountain, and D lands the 1-tap. Okay, this round's interesting. Maybe, just maybe, Tyloo can pull it off.
Simple getting caught out in blue here. See people pressuring him, gonna grab none. Attacker takes him down with the P250.
So rough, isn't it? Just when you think Na'Vi can take a firm 3-0 leads, losing the first 2 players. Although DD and Attacker are fairly low. Attacker in particular.
This will be super tough to get into a bomb site here, honestly. I still see this in Navi's favor.
Absolutely. It's one of those cases where just manpower doesn't really paint the full picture of how the round should go.
Yep.
No Kevlar. If they had Kevlar maybe on Fancy or, you know, on another player, then maybe there is more room for optimism. But where there's the Eagles in the hands of Attacker and DD, you never know. Maybe they can connect the dots for another 1-tap and then things are going to get a little bit more interesting. 45 seconds left and Flamey's actually going to go looking. And that's going to get him killed! Ooh. And now Edward's in such a sketchy position. He's given his playing position away. He's got the first kill. It's unlikely he'll get any more from this. They're waiting for him to run out of his ammunition. And down he goes. Seized is all that remains. And that's really all off the back of Flamey going walkies in bathroom.
Whoever this was jiggle peeking that corner did such a great move. Just baiting all of Edward's bullets there. That was so crazy for that person not to commit to that frag. Great play.
Seized. This is going to be one hell of a clutch if he pulls this off. Players are all low across the board. They just have to bide their time and wait and honestly peek at the right moments. And there is the issue. There's so many corners and angles to watch out for.
Tyloo. Sick play. I mean, I don't think, yeah, Flamey did not need to be aggro there. They could have played 2 in the A bomb site, 1 on B, and retake the B bomb site. And the guy at B had a ton of information as well. He was at sandbags looking at water, had water control. The A guys didn't need information in that play.
So there's going to be a buy for Na'Vi as they call a pause. And this is something that we're going to have to get used to a little bit more with, you know, the more pauses coming in, using them a lot more actively in rounds like
I'm not
that.
a fan of it.
Yeah, I think it definitely breaks up the fluidity, I would say, from a spectator's viewpoint.
We have enough pauses in CS. All right.
I can feel a bit of trigger.
1 time out of half is fine, you know? We don't need like 4 possible 1/2, right?
Yeah, I'm not a fan, I've got to say. Certainly not. Fortunately, they are fairly short pauses. It's not a case of having, you know, 2-3 minute pauses each time one gets called in. Ready Up has been called in console by the admin, and so therefore we are going to be getting this back underway once more. Na'Vi have a better buy than I actually expected them to have, considering that they have an AWP in play. But that's going to put Guardian with no armor, so he is going to be a little bit vulnerable. Has a decent spawn to peek at mid, but from where he's looking, it appears he's going to go to the B side. So you're going to have 4 B players strong for Na'Vi. Well, let's see if they end up pushing aggressive, or it's going to be more of a default play here.
Yeah, definitely an interesting pause out of Na'Vi too. Like maybe they just wanted to get their mindset for this round. It's a big round, you know. So interesting pause from them.
Ooh, fancy. Walking on eggshells there around the corner. Does just about manage to scamper away. Pure timing going in his favour. Guardian looked away for a few moments and he made the most of that. Mona, meanwhile, is holding down and connected with his own AWP. So both teams running with 1 sniper rifle each. And a very slow round for Tyloo. All the way back in playground. Not giving anything away.
Yeah, I've actually never seen Tyloo play Overpass, so this will be new for me. And they've been playing everything slow. Pistol round slow, this gun round slow, so see if this is their style on Overpass.
I'll be curious to see. I've got to say as well, I haven't seen him a bunch of times on Overpass, maybe once. So things definitely do change and evolve regardless as well. DD alongside Attacker looking to funnel our way through into the bathroom side. Both of them going on long. There was Simple in bathrooms, so it could have been in the thick of the action, but instead it's going to be a long charge. And I wonder if this is going to bait Mo into an aggressive play through mid, assuming that it's clear.
Yeah, Mo is just so passive here that Simple might get caught out. From Mo, just, yep, in the background.
Yeah, it was really a rough round as soon as they push his location. And after the pause, after the force comes in, it's going to go very much the way of Tyloo. Seized isn't even a bother for this retake. Saving him for maybe see if he can get his hands on the AWP that was dropped down. There we go, from Guardian. But it will be Tyloo taking a second round. And this is after, of course, Na'Vi won the pistol, so you're expecting them to get a fairly decent lead, and suddenly they'll be into an eco the next one.
It's just like the awkward timing that's catching Na'Vi off guard. Like, Mo was just so passive and party there, just coming from, I don't know where he was holding. I think he was holding blue for a while, and just catches Simple trying to flank long A. So there's multiple times they've been just, you know, kind of just lurking around and just catching these aggro plays from Na'Vi, which is awesome to see from Tyloo.
Sure is. Now Na'Vi are going to be into a full-on eco, you have to assume. I mean, maybe a couple P250s,
These are the rounds
not much
to
else.
worry about.
Yeah, for sure.
See how Tyloo works it.
Yeah, are they going to play passive as we saw in that last round before? That's what I'm really curious about, because last time we had 3 players scattered around playground.
They actually threw 2 set
impressive.
smokes from T-spawn.
Look at the positions from Na'Vi, though. They're in very, very aggressive places right now with their P250s. These are the kind of formations that you expect to see from teams like this. Simple's going to get taken down first, but there's Flame with the USP! Straight up USP frag, and then line up for somebody, gets a double spray for himself. And Guardian and Seas with their USPs have a lot of work ahead of them if they want to get anything from this round. So Tyloo will be favourites to take the lead now.
Yeah, Tyloo, one of their smokes barely missed. Flame got that USP shot kind of through like the corner of the smoke, but pretty clean round by Tyloo. Just going up long A. Pretty, I mean, that was like nothing invested really in Na'Vi, so just USPs mostly.
And it's somebody once again who I believe at one stage was like 26 and 13 on Mirage, who's now 9 and 2. So he is picking up from where he left off. Yeah, performing very well indeed. Tyloo have already taken Immortals to their limit.
But you can see why Na'Vi saved so much last round, because they're so tight on money. I mean, Simple has a FAMAS no utility now. He just threw down his smoke, and barely any utility. You know, 2 flashes, 2 smokes only remaining. So,
I'm liking this boost. Simple up on the pipe in connector.
yeah, doing something cheeky since they don't have much to work with here.
Certainly cheeky.
And
Desperate
Captain Mo,
times. I think
does
he
he
realizes
see
it.
the feet?
Oh, he must do. Yeah, he definitely sees it.
Oh, he's just taking a look.
Rip your ankle. You should be a dead man. And there's the finish off rack. Mo wrecks
Good
Simple.
stuff by Mo there. Well, I can't believe he didn't just pull out the pistol. He just double opt him. Overkill Mo. It's dirty.
He was waiting for the right moment to strike. Guardian, though, has landed a frag, and all things considered, it's ebbing and flowing, going back and forth. The bomb was dropped out in a pretty sketchy position, but Guardian by himself had no cover or real teamwork coming in from Seized. So 2 playing 2. Na'Vi, distinct lack of utility, as opposed to Tyloo, have nearly full utility on both Mo and Somebody. And time to burn, although this time it's going to tick down fast and they'll realise they're very stationary, maybe waiting for a CT to overextend and cost himself the round.
Yeah, they've been playing pretty well in late rounds. Like right there, they were just watching for flank, just playing smart. Mo dropping his op for an M4, and then now they're just going to be walking onto the site here. And actually, somebody's going to be faking the B site.
Oh, and it's going to catch Seized off guard. You don't
play.
expect to see that when there's about 10-15 seconds left. It works miraculously well. And there's a lot of confidence is also placed on Mo's shoulders. The idea of if I get killed, you'll get the bomb planted, and then we believe in you to clutch the round. Flamey, I mean, I do not envy his position at this stage. He's only got an M4, nothing else going in his favour. He's got to play aggro, he's got to think out of left field. He has picked up a kit that could draw out Captain Mo from the shadows, and the spray lands, and Na'Vi will take the round. Flamey just about pulls it off.
Mo had such an opportunity to kill him there. Flamer was just caught off guard and just flicked over and just outshot Mo. So, I mean, Mo should have had that, but yeah, not too often do you see a 2v2 where the terrorist players will split up. But you can see there it working well. I mean, whoever was at the A bomb site completely put their guard down. Mo grabbed a frag of him running away, and then, I mean, oh, that was such a good chance for Mo to clutch that.
Well played, but Na'Vi still not out of the woods just yet. You can see they're still struggling, economically speaking. Edward and Guardian coming into this with no nades each. Just the 1 kit, no AWP. You know that Na'Vi would love to run with at least 1. And Tyloo revert back to their fairly passive play, taking control over connector, taking control over short. Somebody going in first. There is a boost here. And Simple's going to get spotted, and they know there's no stilts in Counter-Strike, so it should be a double, but Guardian lands both. What the hell is happening here? Guardian had no right to land both frags, but he is going to, and now gives Na'Vi the player advantage.
Guardian bailing him out of that situation. But yeah, I mean, they don't have an op, so they just keep doing like these little cheeky boosts, trying to get that first entry pick, but I mean, Tyloo's been getting the best of him, but Guardian saving the round so far.
That could be the play that secures Na'Vi, not just this round, but maybe a bit of a dynasty here on their CT side, if they can get that economy going their way. It's going to be a boost for Mo. Up he looks onto the barrels, lands the kill onto Flamey, and now the push will be imminent. That smoke may keep them at bay for a few moments. Actually, the bomb carry of Attacker goes straight out by his lonesome and lands the entry, alleviates the pressure on the site, allowing the bomb to get planted and a secondary kill. And Guardian's double frag, his double spray down, is not going to be the determining factor after all. Tyloo will win this round, Na'Vi conceding yet another one.
I mean, I watched 3 different frags happen for Tyloo, and I was watching him from Navi's perspective, and just Na'Vi just did not hit a single shot that round besides Guardian starting it off. I mean, Simple whiffed on the guy. There was a guy seized, had some guy dead to rights coming out of Monster, and just, you know, kind of whipped on him, and then whoever was at Graffiti, once again, just like, none of the shots are connecting for Na'Vi right now. No one's feeling hot.
What's brutal for Na'Vi is they finally win a round, they reset the round loss bonus, and then lose. So now they're completely boned in terms of their economy.
And now Guardian's trolling.
Now the R8's come to play, and this is mad to me. Not only does he have an R8, but he's actually purchased it, putting himself down at 1200.
Alright, we gotta see this thing do work.
Right, I'm specking Guardian, go on. Wild West, let's go. If he gets any kills from this round, I'm going to be pretty amazed.
He showed it. Showed us cards. I don't know if they know what gun that is, yeah.
They're like, what the hell is that? Heavy long presence by Na'Vi. 4 plays in total on this area of the map.
See, last time Tyloo ran an anti-eco, they went long A, so, you know, Na'Vi, you know, trying to counter maybe Tyloo's default anti-eco here, which Tyloo didn't do at all against Immortals.
Oh, Tyloo are thinking about it. They're thinking about coming up. Come on, Guardian. Land the shot with the R8. Let's go. It's not going to happen. Maybe the Deagle might have yielded better results. Maybe not. That's up to you guys to decide.
Nothing connecting for Na'Vi. Flamey had so many opportunities to grab some kills there, but just... Fancy. Vincere with a tapper.
Simple's not going to get anything either. Na'Vi's woes continue. They're not going to have a buy into this round either. Or at least I hope not. So Tyloo on their T side as well. This is the nuts thing. Like, you don't expect them to be taking Na'Vi down a peg or two on their T side. Maybe on the CT side.
No, this makes me wish Tyloo actually won that Immortals match.
Yeah.
It would make this one so much more interesting, just because like Tyloo could have, you know, possibly advanced.
Absolutely.
They're looking good.
Makes me question how they're going to fare against the likes of G2 later on this evening. Be very interesting to see. But for the time being, Na'Vi with a full-on stack on B. Got a couple of HEs and pistols accompanying it, so if Tyloo did walk into the trap, it could get quite messy, but it appears Tyloo going to be looking and scouting for information first. Certainly the smart play, making sure they don't stumble and trip over any pesky CT traps.
Yep, just a gamble on the B side here. They pretty much only have 2 nades. As you can see, Guardian will call that they're out Monster, and then you'll have a little bit of a nade stack onto the site, but Tyloo going ahead. Look at Mo just creeping so far behind with his op. That's that weird awkward timing that caught out Simple one round.
Yeah, seems like sometimes logic maybe doesn't entirely apply, but Tyloo have already taken a stranglehold over a site. They know this is ripe for the taking. Na'Vi playing passive Simple on the outskirts. It's going to land a frag, so it's going to be an AK-47 trading hands. But this is where the round should be put to rest, laid to rest by Tyloo. Another frag is going to come through, and the floodgates begin to open as Attacker is next on the chopping block. Or is he? Double spray down, not going to be quite on the cards just yet. DD in the meanwhile is going to be hiding in bathroom. The bomb, of course, planted for him. And I just have to bide their time. They must realize there's no investment into this round in terms of utility, in terms of defuse kits. So DD is just going to wait as long as possible. Comes through, but actually gets fragged! It's going to be close. Does Flamey have this? Not quite.
Got off.
Oh, second guessed himself, but Na'Vi will lose the round, although Simple will save an AWP. Tyloo for the 6th.
He probably got the sound cue that he wasn't going to win that round. Decides just to get off. In that scenario, you probably just stick it though. You're going to die regardless of the bomb. But Tyloo hanging on just barely. It was actually a pretty sick boost by Flamey at the SWAT truck. They actually boosted someone like over top of the smoke, and he had some pretty sick vision.
I'm surprised that I've even got that close to clutching the round in the first place. I thought that was going to be laid very nicely out for Tyloo. They still do get it, of course, 6-3. Mo has taken a lot of damage early doors, peering up through the fountain side on mid. Again, connector control has been established by the Chinese. Pretty standard stuff from the CTs. Nothing's really glaring out to me right now.
Yeah, same with Tyloo. They're just holding the playground push, gotten party control. And now they're just going back. After they've held the pushes, they're just going to go back to a B set piece.
Oh, that's a beautiful flash into push by Flamey. Problem is, he's going to get nothing out of it apart from that one frag. And now somebody just darting into the site, making it its own.
Ooh.
For the time being, at least, as Edward comes in for a tasty headshot. It's gone horribly wrong. And now for the terrorists, 50 seconds left with DD caught in a pretty precarious position on the site. He's hoping that someone peeks up from the water side. Still has time with 40 seconds left. But this is going to take a huge play by DD to get anything out of this.
Yeah, he's just like holding onto the site, putting some doubt into the CT's mind. And, I mean, he's just sitting on the site. They have no idea he's here.
That's the one thing that could go his way.
Oh, they should have saw a shadow.
Guardian is on point. Lands the frag. Tyloo will concede their first in 3. Pause.
Edward actually hit a super insane shot on somebody. Somebody was going across the bridge. He smoked bridge and actually ran through his own smoke. And he had like the jump on Edward, but Edward just spun on him and just hit a crazy shot. And then, you know, him not dying there, ended up Edward grabbing 2 more frags there. So that was massive. So just a big individual effort from Edward, helping them win that round.
Yeah, huge frags being traded out. Na'Vi keeping themselves in this half. We saw Tyloo crumble a little bit against the Immortals. I mean, they made a fantastic comeback, but then crumbled towards the end. So we know these guys is susceptible to making a couple of missteps. And pause has been called, and we should be getting underway again. So, AWP for Guardian. What's DD going with? He's got 4.7k, so we could get the AK with nades. It's taken a long time over this decision. There we go. Has picked up what I was expecting. And into the round we will move. Much more aggressive by the CTs this time. Maybe realizing this connector control by Tyloo is a little bit worrisome. But Simple, thinking better of it, actually backs away. I thought, judging from the positions, they were going to go for some connector control themselves, but not the case.
Yeah, they decided to just fall back pretty instantly. Guardian already back into to the bomb site here. And gonna be just top bomb site, opping lane. Tyloo opening every round, pretty similar. Mo likes to op blue here and just get control, spotting for feet again at blue. And they're just getting party control here, and you know they'll push the CTs back, which they're already pretty pushed back. They're actually playing 3 on the A bomb site. With some lane presence, and then Tyloo will pick a bomb site here shortly.
Coming up through the connector is Mo, looking for a player on the boost. No one's there just yet. Na'Vi have used it a couple of times though before, so I can understand why he's looking for it right now, especially with that smoke alongside it. There's another one. This is just stopping the push for a few more seconds. Simple in the meanwhile now could be looking for a boost alongside Edward. They're not going to go for it. Instead, Simple's going to be waiting for the inevitable push. 35 seconds now. The problem is that somebody's managed to snake his way all the way around through long. He's not going to reap anything from that engagement, however. And now Simple is going to spot the peeking around the corner. There's one. Can't get any more for his troubles, leaving Flamey all by himself. 20 seconds. The bomb has been dropped out in a pretty sketchy position considering the time left in the round. And now Cease is able to relocate into a perfect position now just to hold this off by himself. Pulls the HE out. It's going to punish him, but does Attacker have enough time to get on this site? He does just about have enough. So I was thinking this round was done. He actually fakes it out, comes round the corner.
Nice try.
And Flamey just about holds on with 19 health, but that was looking like it was done.
I guess the guy that ran out of door didn't know where he died from. Cease was just sitting in a pit, and the second guy came out of the door and just didn't know where he died from. So it's pretty crazy, but that was a super nice try. Making the bomb plant there, pulling him out. That was the play.
I love that he had the clarity of mind to go for that fake with like 6 seconds to go. Loving it.
That was nice.
He was so close as well. I think he maybe even land a couple of chest shots there onto Flamey down to about 19 health. So close yet so far. How important could that round end up being in the grand scheme of Overpass? Simple with the first Guardians looking to add some frags towards his AWP fund with the UMP. And there's just the one. Mo's going to use the smoke to try and dart back into once again with a Tech 9. How much economic damage can he inflict? There's a second kill into this round. Just the one, I should say, pardon me. I thought Guardian had died earlier, not the case. Just the one kill. Na'Vi 6-6.
Yeah, this half could have got out of hand if Tyloo actually won that 1v1 there. So that was definitely really big. Back onto the buy. Let's see if Tyloo changes up the pace. They haven't really done anything fast yet, so let's see what they have in store.
Just gotta love the random GoTV third-person bug. 10 out of 10. Didn't miss anything. Molotov not quite connecting. Guardians already peering through on the short side of B. Fairly aggressive plays at that. He goes in, misses the flick. He's not going to get punished just for the time being. Elsewhere, though, on Monster, all hell is about to break loose as the smokes and flashes are connecting. Guardian in the face. Fancy will put him down. And again, Tyloo, I like it. They're realizing, okay, we can't really force our way through onto the site. Let's back away. Guardian, I believe, got a frag, though, on the retreat. So, Na'Vi with a pretty powerful position now in round 13, 4-on-2.
Guardian got so lucky there at water control that he didn't get he missed his frag, and then the guy didn't pressure him fast enough, and it allowed Guardian to just escape, and it was just so close. The guy just needed to chase Guardian after he missed his shot, but didn't get the opportunity.
Tyloo proving to still be in this round. The UMP frag in connector allowed a bit of movement for Tyloo. Simple has been spotted darting up and down on the trash at the moment. Mo is still using his AWP, just peering across. He's hoping that that mistake will be made again. Not quite the case. DD now with it all to do for the terrorists. Coming up long. Here's the footsteps, but a bridge too far. Na'Vi will regain the lead. And the first time they've been in the lead, honestly, since the second round. They won the first two, and then from there on in, it was been all Tyloo. And then Na'Vi with the last 4 on the bounce.
Yes, these actually saw Mo's barrel. And we just had him pinned into the corner. So, good job by Cease there, getting those last 2 on the round.
Decent spawn for Simple. We've seen him do this before, where he's thought better of going into connector. We're going to see the same here. Seems like he's just listening more than anything else to see where the footsteps are currently going. Bit of information for the rest of his team. And then goes back into the smoke. Decent smoke at that allows him to peer through. And will get the timing onto somebody. It is against pistols. You're expecting Na'Vi to close out from here on. Simple gets dinked instantly, looking for his triple kill into the round. Isn't going to get it, but the damage has been done. Simple's done his job. Edward's going to get flashed and then fragged afterwards. And once again, everyone I'm switching to is dying instantly. But once again, just as you think Tyloo may be about to make a claim for a round, Na'Vi have other words. Attacker and his CZs. Good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, Edward actually got hit by a really good flashbang that was just stuck in the smoke, so I caught off guard, but pretty simple round for Na'Vi.
So can Tyloo take it to 8-7? I think, all things considered, 7 rounds in T-half is definitely a solid job. Well done, especially against a team like Na'Vi.
Yeah, this is a decent half out of them.
9-6.
For sure.
9-6 isn't a terrible round either. It's a terrible half, I should say, considering they lost the first 2. But I think they'll be kind of disappointed considering they went on a tear. I think they were winning 6-3 at one point. As it is now, yeah, indeed. 5 rounds in a row to Na'Vi. All things in play still. 10 players alive on the server. Still lots of time left, plenty of nades, and plenty of bullets to be fired. He's gone quite aggressive up short as well.
Yeah, Navi has a double off. This is probably when they're the strongest, so it's going to be a really tough round for Tyloo to win. As soon as I say that, somebody gets an entry kill. Somewhere at the B site.
Yes, he was in the water on B shorts. You know, seized who was peeking from short. They got punished. The Molotov lands by the feet of somebody, so he has to scamper away down to 30. Didn't have too much more time left. He started getting ticked down by that incendiary. We've already seen that Tyloo are happy enough to boost up and have a look at barrels, so I'm curious if we see that again. Somebody down to 2! Navi on point with those calls. Very nearly just off utility, taking somebody down a peg or 2.
This is a really interesting strat. They threw smokes from outside of A and they're faking B right now, but Edward's so up close, he's going to put a stop to the strat and sniff it out real quickly.
Have to come down to Guardian. We've seen him time and time again in these positions dig Navi out of deep ditches. He's going to miss the second shot, pulls out the P250, does get the better of attacker, but in the meanwhile from the side he will be fragged. 20 seconds left. We've got to still reclaim the bomb. It's out in a pretty scary position, but DD goes to town with the first frag. Here comes Fancy. There's the first one, looking for a second, but Simple thinks better of it. He knows one straight AK round to the head will finalize this half. And relocating now, Fancy is a huge discrepancy in terms of HP, and you can see what his mindset was. Get back into bathroom, play the position, but Simple got him. 9-6 Navi. I've got to say, they recovered well in that half.
Yeah, definitely. That one, the 1v1 round at the B bomb site, that was like the half right there. Whoever won that was probably going to win it. And Guardian getting those 2 frags at the A bomb site, that P250 kill was so big. Allowed them to not push back into the back of the bomb site, having another man down. So good job by Guardian there grabbing those 2. But that was definitely an interesting strat. I really would like to see that strat again. I mean, now that people have seen it, you know, it won't be as crazy, but Edward was so close and killed the guy that first went into the bomb site. So it was sniffed out pretty quickly, but definitely an interesting strat.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Tyloo as well that the bomb just went in that position. All things considered, but they are now on the CT side. Navi, no aggressive round for them either with the Glocks. Biding their time a little bit more. Sees by himself, watching Monster just on the barrel.
Does Flamey know they're pushing blue? Oh, now he does.
Yeah, I was about to say that thinking about pushing connector, and Flamey is there with his Tech 9. So kind of a stalemate right now. Neither team seemingly wanting to play too aggressively, just waiting for the other to make a move. And here we go. We're about to have that move made. As a terrorist to start to pile away through connector. Somebody is going to connect the first shot with the USP though, and Edward's almost spoiled for choice. There's so many angles for him to cover. Guardian is going to go to town with the Glock. 2 kills for him. And now Seized, he wrapped himself around the back of B. He's the last to fall. Very important round for Tyloo to pick up, and they've done it in style.
Nice little setup there in blue. I think somebody grabbed a kill on blue, hit in the corner, and then they kind of forgot about him. And you could see Tyloo was completely committed to just keep fighting because, you know, all 5 just had armor. There was no kid on the board. So they definitely were planning on fighting the terrorists before they got into the bomb site there. So sick little blue setup.
Tyloo now with the weapons. Going to have 2 SMGs in total. Having Seized pushing through the short side by himself once again. Could be a recurring theme going through into the latter stages of this map. But again, it's going to be simple this time with the Deagle. That opens up and trades out to an M4 in the hands of a very capable Guardian. That is certainly a worrying sign. It's one of the assault rifles, one of the strong assault rifles at that. The HE has damage written all over it as it lands by the feet of Flamey. He is going to get finished off by somebody. Can Tyloo stabilize? It was looking incredibly ominous for them just a few moments prior, and Guardian will use the weapon against the CDs now, putting down Fancy. DD in the meanwhile with his SMG is going to keep them caught in 2 minds. He's wrapped himself around the back of them with the UMP. And you can see action on Simple. Simple has already landed 1 tasty. Juan Dig, can he land any more? DD thinks better of it. I think he's still caught in the mind of maybe they'll rotate through connected towards B. Just trying to hold fast. What a frag that is onto Simple. That's huge.
Yeah, Tyloo was giving them a lot of opportunities to open up shots. Like, Mo was just peeking party, just, you know, trying to have fun. We had, you know, Fancy just peeking out long A, like, trying to face the long-range battles. Attacker lines them up. But DD with that flank there was pretty sick, and it kept them in the game.
Yeah, I could see what his thought process was the whole way across. Again, though, Tyloo did eat quite a bit of damage in that round in terms of losing assault rifle right off the bat, so it's going to hurt somebody's economy. He's down to $0. Of course, they're expecting to pick up this round with ease, and they can replenish that fallen economy somewhat. So Tyloo on course to take us to 9-9. On course to bring back a bit of a deficit. And, oh, Simple actually tagging up Flamey a bunch and certainly getting the assist on that kill. Here comes a spray from Mo. Can he get any more for his troubles? Looks like he's just going to back away for now. But Guardian and Seized are so incredibly low. That grenade, he was thrown a few seconds prior, may very well have picked himself up a double frag. Instead, Navi managed to scamper away out of harm's way for the time being.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of pushing some actions going down here along. Fancy grabbing 2. Easy round, easy cleanup. Oh, not really. Edward.
Bullets.
But yeah, I'm not a fan of like the CTs really going in blue there, because you're going to be facing Tech 9s and PT50s, which are in one-shot range, and there's really no reason to have blue information or have blue control on this type of round, right? So, I don't know who pushed blue there, but maybe he was trying to just eco-frag, make some money with his SMG, but I'm not really a fan of pushing up on those type of rounds. You can play the bomb site and just mow people down.
9 apiece. We'll see Na'Vi with full AK, so you're not going to have an AWP into this round. Tyloo, very much the same story could be said there, and Mo, the guy they're expecting to see the AWP in his hands, is to be playing in bathroom with the A4. Again, Seized, holding off on B by himself, just making sure no CTs for any rotation shenanigans. And Simple will be trying to maintain the connector. Very slow, steady round by Na'Vi. Kind of reminiscent to what we saw of Tyloo, honestly. Quite similar playstyle so far on the T side.
Yep. Pop flash from Fancy, they're clearing along A. They just double peek along A, it's clean, but I mean, Navi is just taking it super late, so that information's not really accurate to what's going on.
Indeed. Longer haul, it's certainly not accurate. Things can change between now and then. Still more than a minute to play with. No one's on the short side. This could prove to be a bit of an issue for Na'Vi if Tyloo were to push someone in bathroom. Doesn't look likely for now. Playing a little bit more passive. It's going to be Mo, who's holding long by himself. Is he going to see any heads? I think he may have just seen Edward jumping up there on the flower bed. That call will come through now. Simple's on short. Going to be lining up the smoke onto the site.
Somebody kept a smoke for very late into the round. That was nice. He just set it down at lane here, so...
Keeps Simple from pushing in. This pretty much forces Edward to go through by himself. If he wants to take the site outright right here, right now, he has to go in. One-man army. And down he goes. The bomb's been dropped as well. This leaves Seized, who again is the B player, and they must realise this. He's going to have to come up through connector. I'm sure they've heard the footsteps. Somebody's already peering up on the connector side. Seized goes for the spray. Down he goes. And Tyloo. They have won 4 in a row now. That's got to be worrisome for Na'Vi.
Yeah, good hold on the A bomb site here. It's really good that they actually aggroed the lane side of the A bomb site, and while the long A push was coming in from the terrace, they actually pushed the lane, so they're not getting sandwiched, right? If they play super passive into the site, or they play too passive on lane, they can get sandwiched from long and lane. But since, you know, they felt the pressure from the terrace that long, they decided to just aggro lane, clear out one of the sides of the attack, split up that attack, and then they just cleared it out, and it was just really a good A-hold from Tyloo.
Well, throwing down the nade, did a lot of damage to Flamey. Throwing it through the smoke as well, but there is Simple with 2 1-Deeks out of nowhere.
I did not get to see that. Was that
Neither
sick?
did I. I just didn't expect it. I was watching Mo. I was thinking, okay, here comes the spray with the UMP. It's going to be easy frags, easy round, easy life for Tyloo. Maybe not. And Simple also has Kevlar, so picking up the AK, although he is low. Oh my goodness, this timing, somebody, you've got to feel sorry for him. As he pushes, Simple peers down, his head was not spotted, and Simple's on for the ace. He's already picked up 4. It's all on DD. And how heartbreaking must that be for Tyloo after such a great opening to their CT half. It's gone horribly wrong, and it's ultimately against the Deagle.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do about that, right? Like, how do you counter that? Simple just walks up in and just gets a 4K. That's nuts.
Pretty ridiculous. Can hear the footsteps onto a short. Can't do anything about it though. He's just setting up for the save.
Yeah, they will be able to get a buy, especially if DD can save here. He can drop one down, and then we have like 3 people above 3K. So, oh, his barrel is spotted. Nope, not gonna die.
Damn. Valiant attempt to hold on to this M4. 6,400 equipment value. Transitioning into round 21 certainly will not be too shabby. And I think the last man he may have to fend off against is Guardian, who is slowly but surely wrapping himself, crab walking his way through short tunnels. He's been spotted and frags to DD.
DD,
hero.
4K.
The absolute hero.
Yeah, this is good. This is definitely good for their economy.
Terrorists win.
Yep, claim he's going to be nowhere near him, so DD will retain the M4. This allows him to drop a weapon across one of his teammates and get a healthier buy into this round. Navi will be full to the brim of nades and assault rifles.
Yeah, so Guardian not opping yet. And they had plenty of money to drop him an op, but maybe they have like a fast headpiece, or he's just not feeling it on this strat, maybe?
What is going on at spawn here? Like juggling weapons amongst each other. You take the AWP, no, you take the AWP. Right, boys, come on. It's going to be okay. Right, I think they're finally locked in. They're happy with what's going on. There's Mo. And there's no doubt that he'll be taking it off. But a second frag. Guardian loses his head. In style. And that's one hell of a way to bounce back after a disappointing round against the Deagle, that's for sure.
It's crazy that they didn't give Guardian an op there. I mean, I think if he has an op, he just gets that repeat from Mo, for sure. So, Flaming with all the money, you figured he'd drop for Guardian. You know, one of the best ops in the game.
Indeed. Navi, I was curious how they bounce back or retaliate to losing those first 2 players on long. And it wasn't anything too aggressive. It wasn't off the cuff. They're not taking this one slowly. They're still keeping themselves in this round. Again, no huge surprises. And it's going to be Seized funneling his way through short. He's typically the B player on the T side. They're making noise here, so they're going to have to get a move on. There's no way that attacker hasn't heard the footsteps to his left-hand side. There's a beautiful double stack in play. And now it's up to Flamey with his A4 to go to town. And, well, clean as you want from Tyloo. What a round that is. What a comeback. Not in terms of, like, a huge deficit, but coming back from that previous round.
Yeah, I mean, so far the only round Navi has won has been just off a huge carry from Simple, right? So, I mean, you can't always rely on just someone just going massive. So, I mean, tactically, Navi needs to get into this.
Yeah,
now, I think this is something that, like, C's has been struggling with. Like, lately, his own individual performance has been kind of lacking. And right now, you can see that he's actually on the bottom of the scoreboard as well. But it seems like in-game leading has definitely taken a toll on him, because he used to be, like a couple months ago, before when, you know, Zeus is on the team, C's was like a big playmaker. So
do you think that comes down to the changes with coaching now that Starks doesn't have as much input for Navi as before?
Yeah, definitely. Like, C's is just, you know, Starks can only talk for 30 seconds during a timeout, right? So yeah, pretty much everything is on C's back, and you can see that he's struggling with it.
You have to adapt to what's happening. Of course, also with Simple coming in, that's going to change a few things for Steez and the rest of the team to try and figure out.
Yeah, completely different players, right? Simple and Zeus, completely different styles of players. So you'd definitely have to change a lot of your game plans and maybe spots. So, work in progress, right?
Whoa, Fancy with 2. How did Mo manage to escape that without losing any health? I thought he was a dead man, but there was no chance. But instead, it looks like he's going to be okay. He'll live to fight another day. Navi, he went for a hyper-aggressive rush, only get Fancy. He got 2 before falling. So a real menace to the CTs. Eagle's not quite going to connect this time by Simple. Of course, he was the man that gift wrapped the 1 round. that Na'Vi have got on their T-half so far.
Yeah, Mo just ninja'd out of there. They didn't even know where he went.
That's mad, wasn't it? Like, I thought he was definitely dead, especially in that position he was in with pistols right in his face, but it is going to be a pistol that ends his life. Just a little bit later than anticipated. Simple did land onto somebody as well. It should be mentioned, I think partially through the truck.
Yeah, he definitely hit him right in the head through the truck.
So down at 21 falls somebody. Simple again doing what he can. Somebody very intelligently actually hiding in the smoke, realizing if he's spotted, he's likely a dead man with that health. Oh, it's unfortunate. Flamey, too many angles to cover, and well, Tyloo continue to pick up the pace. 12 to 10. And it makes me wonder again, Eric, you said this before. In a world where Tyloo win against Immortals, I would be so excited right now.
Yeah, they could be 2 up in the groups.
How mad is that?
That'd be insane. And somebody being very patient there, just sitting in the smoke. Flamey almost had the opportunity to take him down. And somebody just, you know, sitting in the smoke, low HP, wants to stay alive. He has a teammate flanking. You know, just good play by somebody there. Somebody.
So Simple interconnector again. I've seen this quite often. Seems to be a position he's happy with on both CT and T side.
Yeah, I really like when one player, like, what they work on T side is what they also work on CT side, because you can really just, you know, drill that spot and just really learn every possible scenario that could happen for you as a CT and as a T, right? So, you know the best ways to hold it as a CT because you maybe died from someone playing a certain way, so you kind of evolve your gameplay to play like that. So you can really master a spot playing it on both sides.
Absolutely. It's a really good point that you raise. You know, there's no really unknown variables at that stage for Simple. Sees in the meanwhile is going to bide his time. There's one and a second frag with the Khalil. He's able to trade up to the A1S, but he is exceptionally low on 8 health. But still, is this fake going to work? Are they going to assume that anyone's behind him? Somebody's taking a bit of unneeded damage from the Molotov. Just 9 in total. It's no huge deal. But now that somebody's pushed through, realizes no one else is on B, it allows him to try an aggressive play through connector. If he opens this door, though, you better believe that Guardian is going to hear it. But now that Guardian's moving onto the site, that may no longer be the case. The question is, will somebody get through connector before his teammates fall? The answer, a resounding no. So now somebody probably just going to save. No point trying to retake.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been even better if Navi was able to hit the A site right after C's got those 2 frags on B, but you know, Tyloo grabbed that information, knew they were kind of going A. We had a guy in water, 2 at A, but you know, just good entries by Simple there at the B bomb site, and Guardian backing them up as well.
What's the economy looking like for Tyloo? So they can't buy next round. With this save them 4, it would allow them just a healthier buy, so they're okay whatever happens here. But it seems that Na'Vi, with their economy actually very low, they are a little bit tentative as to whether they do want to just full-on charge against the M4. Because if they lose a few plays, then that really could hurt them going forward.
How did C's get those 2 entries? I didn't happen to catch it.
He was hiding outside of Monster. There was a smoke there, and they just didn't check the right side. So he's tight right outside of Monster from the T's perspective.
Oh, so they actually pushed him?
Yeah, they pushed him. They went past him.
I thought he like walked out and just made like some crazy entries.
Nah, they kind of walked past him. The first player walked past him, and then he just kind of transitioned his spray with a Glil. It's one of those few moments where the extra 5 bullets really helps.
Yeah. Not too often.
So a long control being asserted by Tyloo. We haven't really seen him play that aggressively in a full rifle round yet. But somebody already at the rock.
Yeah, I would say somebody's probably got to be juking flashes here. Yeah, he is now, okay. Because Captain Mo has his back, so as soon as the pop flash comes out, you know, somebody's going to want to be able to juke it.
Oh, somebody can definitely hear the players to his left-hand side up on the balloons. That call must be coming through, and now he's just peeking slowly but surely.
The boost.
Oh, he gets tagged down. And now somebody decides to strike with a couple of M4 frags. Nicely done. I wasn't quite watching the boost. They boost up on the balloons.
Yeah, they boosted up on the balloons and saw the guy on the flower pot at long A.
Ah, that was Mo. Okay, yeah, that's why he's down 55. Interesting.
Yeah, I think it was the boost that we saw at a couple majors ago, where Navi pulled it out. Or it might have been... I know that Navi did it first. Forget what event it was, though.
It looks as though our attacker's about to be forced into a position to fire down, and they will line up for him. Tyloo are looking so good here, but Na'Vi, I mean...
Na'Vi getting reset. I mean, that's a good round for Tyloo to win there. And they had a double aggro monster setup, so all those nades and utility that are being thrown over by the terrorists are completely useless because all the CTs are in front of all that utility. So double facing monster, just one little tiny choke point. You know, Tyloo just the meat grinder at B.
Times like this, I'd love to be on comms with Na'Vi, like understand what they were saying. Just, I'd love to hear what Starix and C's were having a back and forth about. Like, how do we win this map? Where do we go from here? We've only got 2 rounds so far on the T side.
Yeah, and honestly, one was what Simple had a crazy individual round, and then one round, Tyloo just ended up pushing B and, you know, kind of gave the round essentially to Na'Vi. So I think if Tyloo just plays default and just, you know, plays their game, doesn't do too many crazy pushes, they'll should be able to close out. We got something crazy coming from Na'Vi here.
Let's see if we can have some hyper balls to the wall aggression. The flashbang in the eyes of Edward stops him for now for pushing. But a bit damage traded between Mo and Seized. Both losing about 45 health each. Double stack in bathroom, we'll see Mo backing away now. Fancy is going to remain there with the UMP. It's the kind of range where it really can shred through terrorists. It seems like Na'Vi aren't going to pull the trigger on a hyper-aggressive play just yet, especially considering the bomb is quite a distance behind. There's the counter boost though. As Simple goes in and gets the spray onto Fancy. Very important kill.
Yeah,
how are Tyloo going to react?
Do you see that out of the terrorist, right? And Simple turns around. DD whipping a couple shots on Simple. Simple says no. He's going to just tap him in the head.
Yeah, the player like Simple, you have to finish him off fast, otherwise he is definitely going to return. Somebody in a normally what's considered sort of like a one and done position, especially when you've got 5 players up against you, but with the smoke and the flashes helping him out, he's able to put down some serious pain.
So close. Some of these shots have been so insanely close. Captain Mill actually peeked long A, and like he shot right in between the players, like threading a needle. It was just so close.
Oh, Mo, can he pull it off? No, he gets peeked from Guardian. I think somebody went for a double spray on long as well and tagged up both of them incredibly low, like with the A4.
Yeah, that was a super close round. Like, kind of got a little awkward there with that counter smoke coming out of Tyloo at long that didn't really give much room for Na'Vi to come out there. So definitely got scary at that choke point. And then Tyloo calling a cut timeout, and I think you just gotta give him. Just gotta give Na'Vi this round, save it up.
Absolutely. You're in no rush. You already have a round advantage, so you can get a full buy, 13 apiece. If you force buy here, like, you effectively could play yourself out the map.
Yeah, you're kind of just gambling really hard. And you'd have to survive with multiple people too, or your money would be screwed for the following round.
Right, so, yeah, I'm happy to see they haven't invested a great deal into this round. Some Kevlar behind it. So they will be able to get a buy into the next one. They'll be good to go. So, Tyloo, do you have an aggressive play in mind? Judging from the start, I think the answer is going to be a yes. Up towards Connector, we'll see Attacker with his P250. It's just going to be Fancy by himself. You can see the bullets ripping through from the barrel side. Oh, that entry frag. Fancy didn't have a chance to even react. He was dead before he knew it. And just like that, B's been taken. Just like that, the round pretty much has gone the way of Na'Vi. It all happened with 1 bullet.
Yeah, Fancy got laid out. And I like the bathroom stack from Tyloo. You know, you play up close, put a lot of pistols, close range, one-shot range. You know, bathroom stack's pretty popular, but, you know, they're very effective, so I like the little setup at Tyloo, but Na'Vi avoiding it.
Always going back in. He wants blood. He wants to take a weapon out of this. He thinks better of the decision. Keeping the Kevlar and the upgraded pistols. That will be Na'Vi taking a 13th. You know, whatever happens here, I've got to say well done, Tyloo, because I think a lot of people would not have expected them to be in these kind of score lines against Immortals and Na'Vi.
Yeah, they've actually been leading going into like the second half, which is pretty nuts. But, you know, you look at the score, 13-13. Navi's been here so many times. The experience with these guys, you know, you just gotta hand this to Na'Vi, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to what we saw in Immortals in the overtime. At a certain point, Tyloo, the tipping came up and they just couldn't deal with it. They couldn't deal with the expertise, the experience that was up against them. And I think Na'Vi now realised, okay, look, we've had a rough map of CS, but let's just make sure we win this.
Yeah, no op on Tyloo either, and it seems like Mo was actually getting a couple early picks, so won't have that to work off of.
And the longer that Na'Vi take to go in on the site, the less utility Tyloo are going to have. You can already see they're down to just the 2 smokes. They only have 1 kit. Just the 1 incendiary on top of that. So Na'Vi can really take their time here, poke and probe the CT defense. See if they can find some gaps in the armor to exploit. Fancy again playing aggro. He's been in this position a few times. He has mixed it up though, in fairness, so I don't think it'll be too predictable. But it's a position you're going to check anyway for the T's. And it's one of those kind of places where he's definitely reliant on Mo to hold his position as well, because if Mo dies or just doesn't watch long, then Fancy's going to get wrecked from behind.
Yeah, they actually double walk pushed water and rotated off to heavy A. DD has control of water here, but yeah, he'll have control here. It looks like they're going to be throwing a little bit of a fake. C's has a smoke cocked outside of B, but the bomb is along A, so...
Yeah, and they did see Edward here before. He's been tagged down to 28. I think he was getting tagged up from the UMP. Here comes the inevitable charge. Unfortunately for the CTs, Mo was unable to hold it off. And the kills are being traded between the teams. Fancy comes up from the dumpster. Down he goes. Instantly attacker. The last player to the party. And unfortunately for him, I don't think it's going to be very enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, just every kill went with the way of Na'Vi. DD at water there did not connect to the door guy. Like, he just saw him, but it was just like awkward timing, awkward angle, not able to capitalize on it. You know, I think Captain Mo peeked along A. Guardian just posted up, having the op there, gonna punish any aggression. This is nothing working out for Tyloo that round.
And that could be all she wrote for this map now. Tyloo into a force. What could be the penultimate rounds. Na'Vi looking solid. It's been far from a clear-cut victory though for Na'Vi, and especially after losing that first map, I think they're still on pretty shaky ground. But take nothing away from Tyloo, the way they've been playing has been very impressive. Of course, we're speaking almost, well, at least I'm speaking almost like Tyloo have lost this game. They could still bring it back in this round, but they have lost attacker, who's been a linchpin on their B defense. Somebody gets rejected. He wanted to pick up the 5-7. Nope. Or was it a Caesar? I'm not even sure. But the grenades will explode out of his reach.
Yeah, they just have an ump and a dream. Like, they just got to make some big plays right now. Captain Mo, 5-7. Someone's just got to come up big here. I mean, they have no utility. Looks like they're going to go for a little bit of an aggro push here at lane.
I'm liking it though that Fancy is going to be right next to DD, so they're looking for this double spray. The problem is if you get in each other's way and the AK comes in, it's going to be easy pickings for the terrorists. That flashbang's on point, but Tyloo are unable to make the most of it, and that was their last bit of utility. And just as I highlighted, in that kind of position when you're right behind each other, there's a real chance that Simple just comes in with the AK and lands 2 headshots back to back. Somebody, let's see if he can get this one done with the UMP. He's got the first kill onto Flamey, pretty tasty stuff, but not going to get any more from this. And Na'Vi now have 2 map points. And we'll see Tyloo with mid to low $3,000 across the board.
That flashbang was actually really on point from, I think, Captain Mo with the 5-7. That flashbang was, like, I think it flashed everyone outside of A, but Tyloo didn't go with it, and they just lined up for Simple. That was, could have been glorious.
That really is the key phrase for me today. Like, could have been for Tyloo. Could have been 2-0. Unfortunately, it looks like they're going to be 0-2. It doesn't paint the full picture of how they've been playing so far here. IEM Oakland nearly starting great for the Chinese. Oh, hiding in the smoke.
Yeah, I hope they keep just keep playing really good and just keep their heads up, because they are playing really good and they have a chance of beating the other guys in the group.
Oh, definitely. Tyloo, that kind of team, in the best of one, you really can't assume anything. And I feel like G2, if they're having a rough day, Tyloo could definitely take them the distance as well. Are they going to check the left-hand side? The cheeky spot We'll see Fancy just biding his time with the UMP. It's not quite the Mag 7. They do have an attacker. It looks like Edward's not interested just yet. If he doesn't check this spot, he's almost guaranteed to lose his life.
Sorry, I got distracted. I was reading chat.
Oh. And Fancy is going to take him down. It's all on Flamey now. Can they line up for him? And the Chinese will hold on for dear life. Keeping
Tyloo.
3 players alive. They refuse to go down. And Na'Vi will call a pause. So, there is another chapter maybe in the books
I
here.
believe. OT, and this time Tyloo wins.
Second consecutive OT as well. If they take this. It'd be madness.
Double op coming out. Simple gonna grab one. Guardian has one already. Sees has a ton of money. Probably just AK up. Full utility. And then they'll be swapping guns here on the city side. Pretty much everyone should have a rifle. Yep, there's an AK on the ground for attacker.
I'm gonna level with you guys. We don't have an observer. I'm observing. So, give me that salt. Give me that salt.
Yeah, Vince is streaming, casting, observing. This man's doing everything, guys.
Give me the salt.
It's actually incredibly hard to just like be casting and actually trying to catch every single frag. It's a reason why, you know, you have observers, because they're so useful.
True that. And we have some sick observers in CS as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
Great observers. It's very difficult to do, but I'm missing frags. I shouldn't. I apologise for that, guys. It should improve as the night goes on. But that's enough about that crap. Let's focus on the stuff that matters. Tyloo, after the pause, just came and gone. On the brink of maybe taking us to overtime. There's still a lot of time in CS to go before that happens, and Edward's already out onto the site with the AK-2 entry frags for Na'Vi. Flamey and Edward both with one apiece. And is the dream about to become a nightmare for Tyloo? Oh, this is a rough retake as well. All 5 players for Na'Vi are alive. How could this happen? Tyloo. Oh, maybe that was one way back in if they could have landed a frag onto Simple, but he will stay alive.
The dream's dead.
I think it may very well be dead. Oh, come on, Mark. Oh, no. Fancy for the AK-47. They're calling the GGs. Na'Vi have scraped by the smallest of margins. 16-14 against Tyloo. Can hold their heads high, but Na'Vi will take the victory. Eric, any final words, man? I mean, I feel bad for